boys tennis and soccer interviews,
a look at some of our retiring teachers,
info concerning the skate park,
some fun chase scenes, and all the summer birthdays.
It's a long episode, so sit back and relax. I'm Luke Larson.
And I'm Brooklyn Maynard.
Welcome to Bulldog Bites.
Before we begin our interviews, here's a quick highlight that happened earlier this month.
Thursday, May 7th, Josh's ride surprised Jaron, a senior at LCHS.
He's gonna get a bike, just like yours. Just like all your friends. We're gonna get your feet on these awesome pedals.
This is one bike that Jaron's going to enjoy for a long time.
Congratulations, Jaron. Enjoy that bike.
This week we start by taking a look at boys tennis. Maddie Weinberg interviewed some of the players and Coach Barr.
I've been playing since my freshman year, and in the summer and stuff, then for school.
Well, I was gonna do it freshman year, but COVID happened, so about 2 years now.
Probably the people, because it's like a family.
Probably the family aspect of it. Everyone's so close and well put together, and we're all looking out for each other.
Probably the technique and my backhand, because the backhand's really hard just to hit it in the right spot. But once you get a good one, like a good backhand, it feels really good.
Probably for some of our newer people, the hardest part is just getting serves in, because if you can get a serve in at the lower level, you basically already won. But at a higher level, serving just gets so much faster and harder, and it's harder to get placement right.
I just gotta talk to my friends, and we just gotta talk over what we're gonna do and the game plan and stuff,
The way I prepare is I kind of sit back and I think, okay, this person right now is my enemy. All I want to do is beat them. And after the match, we can shake hands and we'll be fine. But I look at that person and all I see is a victory.
Probably just the people that I'm around, because my friends that I've made just from tennis has been really cool.
My favorite part would probably be our most recent meet, which was a conference meet in Spencer, where we might have broken the track's 10. I wouldn't say any weird traditions, but we do have a tradition where we give out an award called a Warrior Award, 1, 2, 3, 4, for if you just really go up and beyond what you're expected to do.
So this is actually my fourth year of coaching tennis. I was the varsity boys assistant 4 years ago for a Final Four team, and then I spent 2 seasons as the girls assistant coach. 1 year was lost because of COVID. Last year I was the girls assistant, and then this year I've been the head boys tennis coach. We played well. We had a good season. We lost a lot of meets because of weather, unfortunately, but we were able to win a conference title. We had some good individual performances, some good team performances. Overall, it was a good season. Weather. It's been windy for decades now. It's been such a tough year. I mean, we played 5 matches this year total, and everybody else that we play is in 10 or 11. Not really. We used to kind of christen people with a racket when they'd come in. We do donuts if we 9-0 somebody. So if we win out a meet and don't lose a game against anybody, then the coaches always bring donuts and chocolate milk.
Anybody looking to play tennis, it's not as hard as it looks, especially at the beginner level. You just got to get the ball over the net.
Yeah, tennis is a great sport. So if you're interested in playing, come out and take a look. If we can teach you how to hit a tennis racket. It's pretty fun. How to hit a tennis ball. It's pretty fun. I always have a good time with it. I'm enjoying it. The boys enjoy it, so we're looking forward to continuing our strides next year.
Tennis needs to stop being disrespected. It's a W sport.
Noah Olson also had a chance to take one more look at the boys soccer team.
This year, the Bulls started the first varsity season of soccer. I interviewed players Eric Burnett and JC about their opinions of the season so far.
How does soccer affect you mentally?
It helps me get in my zone. It helps me stay focused on something and have something to strive for and continue to keep doing and get better at. When I don't have something like that, I try and find something, and soccer's been that spot for me where I can keep striving for something.
How's the competition different?
The competition's really different. I mean, coming up from just playing JV last year, it's a lot quicker. You take a lot more shots against the keeper. You get to see a lot more action. But the defense has also been a lot better, so it's really a 50-50. It's a lot better on both sides, and you get to see some really good soccer at this level.
How is it like with your teammates and stuff?
I see them as people. I see them as people, friends, classmates. I'm saying close people. They support me, I support them. We're close. We have a lot of laughters and everything.
Are you happy that varsity soccer is a thing?
Yeah, I really am. Because there's more challenges there, and if there weren't, then I wouldn't get better and stuff like that.
Our spring sports are finishing up after Danny Hurt won the Sioux City meet last week. Track and field qualified 18 events for the state competition held last week, and baseball and softball seasons have started. Great job, Bulldogs, and good luck this summer.
There are a number of teachers and staff leaving Lamar's community. Throughout the semester, Bulldog Video Media has contacted most of those teachers retiring from the middle school and high school. The music department is saying goodbye to 3 teachers, Mr. Benton, Mr. Ewing, and Mrs. Ewing. Maddie Weinberg has the interview with Mr. Benton.
This is my 31st year here at Lamar's community. I come from a long line of teachers. Both my parents are teachers. My brother is a teacher. So basically it's the only lifestyle that I've known. Although when I first went to college, I wasn't planning on being a teacher. I was kind of an undeclared major for the first year and a half. And then I thought, okay, let's give this education thing a try. Having a relationship with all the students, some better than others. Kind of one of the funniest ones was when Cole Birkenpass, who is now a teacher on staff here at the middle school, when he was in 6th grade, I think, or it might have been 5th grade, he was playing his trombone, and I think some music fell off a stand maybe, and he reached down to pick it up, and his slide, jammed into the floor, and the mouthpiece smacked him right in the lip and gave him a fat, bloody lip. And so blood is everywhere on the music, on him, on his lips, on his instrument. And so he had to get up and leave the concert to clean himself up and come back. It was at a concert. Probably do more, nature photography and kayaking, and I'll sub here at school, so I'll still be around. I've enjoyed all of you and continue on and hope that everything goes well with all of you.
Thanks, Mr. Benton. We expect to see your great wildlife photos from you. Our choir teachers at the middle school and high school are also retiring. Luke here, with help from senior Kyle Hubble, had the interview with the Ewing.
I am Mrs. Ewing, and I have been teaching 24 years middle school music here at Lamar's.
And I'm Mr. Ewing. I am the high school vocal director and have been teaching at Lamar's for 16 years.
The Ewings have taught at Lamar's for a combined total of 40 years and are retiring at the end of this school year. Mr. and Mrs. Ewing tell me where their careers began and what led them to Lamar's.
I started teaching way back in 1989, so this is my 33rd year of teaching.
And I started my teaching career in Audubon, teaching K through 6, and then moved to Lamar's when Mrs. Ewing took the middle school job.
They also tell me what inspired them to be so involved with music and eventually going on to teaching.
I started taking piano lessons when I was 4, and I said from that point on that I wanted to be a music teacher, so I started practicing and took advantage of every opportunity I could through middle school and high school, and did band, vocal, everything I could, and then kept pursuing it into college.
Kind of the same track. I was involved in music in school, started piano lessons very young, but I just wanted to be a teacher, and that was my plan. It wasn't until I started doing my college visits that a professor said, you know, you're a pretty talented musician. Have you ever thought of music education? So that was kind of my draw to become a music teacher.
Mr. and Mrs. Ewing tell me some of their favorite parts about teaching music.
I love to see my students be successful. I love to instill in them the love of music that I have, and to see them enjoy it, and not just in school but for a lifetime, for sure. And the accolades that they get, successful in honor choirs and all states and all of those things are just fun to watch.
I would echo all of that. That's definitely true. But I also think that when you see that light bulb pop on and a kid finally gets a really tough concept, or they've mastered a part of a song or something where you can just see that look of, oh my gosh, I got it. That's very, very rewarding.
Last year, Mr. Ewing was selected as the Lamar's Community Schools Teacher of the Year and was awarded with the Decades of Excellence Crystal Bell Award.
Join me in congratulating Mr. Randy Ewing, the most deserving of our Crystal Bell Award winners.
Mr. Ewing told me he didn't expect the award at all.
I had no idea at the time, nor did I ever even think about it, just because you don't think, oh, I'm going to be in contention for that award. I just remember Dr. Iverson asking me if he could speak at the beginning of my concert to talk about the mask protocol and thank everybody for doing such a good job through the year. And I said, can't we do that later on in the program? Do you have to do it at the beginning? So I remember telling him, I feel like you're holding me hostage, or holding my concert hostage, because you want to talk at the beginning and not later. But yeah, so I was definitely caught off guard and did not expect that at all.
And Mr. and Mrs. Ewing would like to leave us with some words of wisdom.
I would just say that, again, anybody who's considering teaching, go for it. Be passionate about what you do, whether it's teaching or not. Go and give it your best and enjoy every minute. It goes by super fast. And it's been a great place. Lamar's community has been a great place for us for our career, and it was a great step for me when I was able to take the position at the high school. But it's also just been a very welcoming community. It was a great place to raise our kids, and I'm honored, and I know Mrs. Ewing is as well, to have spent the majority of our years here, 40 years combined at Lamar's community.
Yeah, and I would just say what I say to my students every day, and that's keep singing. If you love to sing, sing. Keep music in your life, no matter how you do it, in the shower, in your car, in a church choir someday. But we just think that singing is such an important part and music is such an important part of people's lives, and it's going to make memories for you, and it's just going to help in so many ways. Just keep music in your life.
For Bulldog Video Media, I'm Luke Larson reporting. Thanks, Mr. and Mrs. Ewing. We wish you the best in Ames. Another teacher retiring this year is Mrs. Permisforin. Ashley Faust had the chance to visit with her.
I have been teaching for 33 years. I taught 2 years at the University of South Dakota as a grad student, where I taught freshman English to freshman composition and freshman lit. And then I was 3 years in the middle school here where I taught 7th grade English and 8th grade reading. And then I have been in the high school for 28 years where I've taught freshman composition, freshman English, sophomore literature, senior composition, creative writing, American Lit 1, American Lit 2, College Comp 1, College Comp 2, college literature, the yearbook, and the newspaper. Actually, I wasn't planning to be a teacher. I was a criminal justice major, and then I was a psychology major, and then I was a math major for a really long time. And then when I met my husband, he was a government scholar from Malaysia, and we were going to go back to Malaysia to live. And since I don't speak Malaysian, my husband said the only job you'll ever be able to get in Malaysia is to teach high school English. So I switched to be an English major, and then we went to Malaysia for 6 months, and we were able to come back. And by that time, I'd fallen in love with English, and so I became an English teacher. Well, one thing I definitely plan on doing is not setting the alarm for a very long time. And I'm very excited to never have to come to a 7 o'clock in-service meeting again because I don't like getting up early. I do plan to spend as much time as possible with my family, my husband. I only get to see him about 2 hours awake every day right now, so I'm excited to spend more time with him. I have 3 kids, or we have 3 kids who live in Colorado with their partners, and I'm excited to be able to spend more time with them. I have 1 grandson who's 2.5 years old and a grandbaby on the way who's due in October. I'm so excited to be able to spend time with all of them, as well as my parents. I have a million favorite memories, so it'd be really hard to pick, but I really love coaching speech, practicing, being at contests, going to All-State. It's just so satisfying watching something go from scratch, having no idea what they were going to do, to polishing and practicing and working hard, and then going to state contest and just having this beautiful performance. The thing I'm most proud of from being a teacher for the last 33 years is when students come up to me and say that I made a positive difference in their lives. That's what really makes me happy.
Thanks, Ms. P, for all you've done. Enjoy Colorado. Mr. Fitz is also retiring. He was unable to provide an interview, so senior Kyle Hubble compiled some goodbye thoughts from a few people.
Hey, Mr. Fitz.
You're an awesome teacher.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fitz. Thank you, Mr. Fitz. Thank you for all the awesome jokes that you've told me over the last couple of years. I would not have good days without them.
If I ever need a dad joke, I know who to go to.
For putting up with me and listening to all my dumb stories. For always having a great upbeat attitude in class.
For all the effort you put into teaching us.
Thanks to all the teachers and staff that are leaving our district. You have touched many lives through your careers, and we appreciate it.
The skate park is also a great addition to Lamar's, but it does need to be taken care of. Here's Leaf Sturgeon with more info.
Hello, I'm Leaf Sturgeon reporting for Bulldog Video Media. The newly built skate park has some issues, but not from itself, but from the people using it. The skaters here have been causing a lot of ruckus, including excessive littering, vandalism, and playing the music way too loud. Local resident of this neighborhood for 28 years, Mrs. Lang, says the music is very disruptive of her day.
How does the skate park being next door affect your life?
Sometimes it doesn't at all, but other times it's very noisy. The music is very loud, and sometimes the kids throw trash on my yard.
I see. What disrupts you the most from the skate park?
Probably the language that's used. Other than that, it's not too bad. I mean, I'm glad the kids have the park to be at for recreation, but sometimes they just get a little rowdy.
Where can you hear, like, the noise from the skate park the loudest?
Well, when I'm outside, I can hear it really loud, but I have a room off my house that has screens on it, and I can hear it when I'm sitting out there.
And what changes would you like to see with the skate park?
Maybe a little more supervision. The police have been driving by more lately, but if I'm not out there, I don't really see what's going on.
Before we end the semester and this episode with our summer birthdays, enjoy a few of the chase scenes our advanced video media classes put together. Hey, can I get a piece of candy?
Yeah, sure, but you can only have one.
Thanks, man.
You should only take one. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Get back! Get back! I think I'm finally safe. No! We want to thank everyone for your continued support of Bulldog Video Media through the school year. I'm Luke.
And I'm Brooklyn.
Thanks for watching.